If your engine isn't starting on cue, put in a fresh set of Champion spark plugs at least once a year. Champion in your engine can make beautiful music together. Get started with Champion.
Teams on the ice for the second period, and Montreal leading 2-0. And the summary of the first period: Lambert from LaRoche and Lemaire at 6:55. Robinson from Lemaire and Gainey at 7:57. Shots: Montreal 7 and Toronto 5. And there's Paul Harrison talking to Boreas Selming as the Leafs trail 2-0 and also have a man in the penalty box for the next minute and 32 seconds. Walt McKechnie. His penalty coming at 19:32 of the first period. All set to go. The puck goes back to Boreas Selming. Selming shoots it right at Robinson, and Robinson has it for Montreal. Over to Lapointe to Lafleur. Lafleur up through center, over to Yvon Lambert. Lambert shoots it off the boards, hits the back of the net. Burrows drives it down the ice. And Dryden leaves it for Robinson. Robinson, pass straight ahead to Lemaire. Jacques Lemaire coming up at center. Gets over the line. A pass to Lambert, and it's offside.
Minute or two left in the penalty time, and another game in this series, if necessary, will be played Tuesday, April 24th at Montreal.
Lemaire, Lafleur, Lambert, Robinson, and Guy Lapointe for the Montreal Canadiens. Puck taken by Boreas Selming, lost it to Lambert, who ran into the linesman, Jimmy Jones. The pass over for Jerry Butler. Butler stops and flips it in behind the net, and it's given to Larry Robinson. Larry Robinson, long pass up for Lafleur. Lafleur over the line. Burrows trying to control him, and does, and the puck is cleared out by Jerry Butler down the ice. Guy Lapointe over for Larry Robinson. 27 seconds left in the penalty. Larry Robinson over the line to Lafleur, offside.
Gary, while we have a second, what happened now in that Leaf dressing room? You've been in there before. What would go on while they're trying to get themselves back together?
Well, Brian, I'm sure every player had their heads down, and you know, it's a terrible feeling when you're down 2-0 and the possibility of losing 4 straight games, and that stays with you the whole summer. So in that situation, it's up to your leaders, you know, guys like McDonald, Sittler, Selming, Williams. Get some enthusiasm in the dressing room, and just remind everybody, guys, we're not going to quit. We're going to go fighting right down to the final whistle. If Montreal beats us, fine, but there's no way that we're going to, you know, quit on them, on ourselves. Let's keep working.
Puck is shot down into Leaf territory by the Canadiens, and that's it. That's icing. And Hutchison drew an elbow, having a little chat with Pat Hughes.
You know, if I could take that one step further, gentlemen, those same leaders, you know, if they can add a little spark on that ice, you know, one end-to-end rush or a good hit or get involved or something like that, and then you'd be surprised what'll happen with the enthusiasm on the bench. But right now, the Leafs, they need a goal so badly to get them going.
Well, McKechnie getting ready to come back out in 11 seconds. Now we're set for the face-off. A shot right on, and Dryden had to stop that. Now it's Bob Gainey getting it up the center. Now it's knocked back to the blue line, and it's Larry Robinson straight down the ice over the blue line. Larry Robinson's shot was blocked by Hutchison. Hutchison overskates it, gets it again, and Hutchison takes his time. Cleared it out to center. Williams deflected it. Here's a chance for the Canadiens. Bryce Brown to Gainey. Gets it over the right side, and Harrison came out and stopped that one from Chartrand. Larry Robinson off the glass. Goes back to the Leaf defense. Hutchison over to Ian Turnbull. Ron Ellis is out there now. A long shot knocked down by Robinson. A pass for Risebrough. Then to to Gainey. Gainey goes back to Robinson. Robinson over to Savard. He drills the puck into the corner. Puck comes along the side to Hutchison. Hutchison sends Sittler over to Williams. He just chapped it into the corner. And Larry Robinson is there and gets it around on the wing to Pat Hughes. Hughes coming up at center over the line. And he was checked, but the puck kept in by Ken Connor. The puck goes back to center ice. And Robinson for Savard. 2-0 is the score in favor of Montreal. Robinson then gets a puck to Mondu, gets into the clear, going ready to go shoot. And it's high over top of the net. Number 30. Pat Hughes had a great chance. He was in there. Now John Anderson back. Bryden stopped that. It's batted into the corner. And we'll have a face-off. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Stanley Cup 79.
Why fight a dying Moor? The toros are on sale. Toros are on sale. Toros are on sale. Haven't you done without a toro long enough?
Well, early in this second period, Paul Harrison has come up with a couple of big saves.
Well, here, Mondu all alone there, and Harrison comes out, makes a good save, and then Anderson takes the puck the length of the ice, and if you're looking for a spark, that could be it.
And from the face-off, Salming shot the puck into the corner. Gardner trying to get at it, so is Anderson. Canadians get a hold of it, though, and shoot it out and down the ice. Dave Burrows back to get it, number 26, back to the net. His back pass, and Salming had to recover. Over to Anderson. Anderson now with the puck. He dropped it back, and Burrows over to Salming, and right on to Engblom's stick, and he just flipped it right back at center. Now then Lanny McDonald gets it to Anderson. Anderson trying to get to Gardner. Hit! Shot! Oh! And Don Anderson failed to put it in on the open side. Lanny McDonald went down, but Anderson's got the puck again. Anderson trying to work through, and it's broken up by the Canadians. Coming up, a pass from Lemaire to Lafleur. Lafleur stops. His pass right in front of the net, and Salming drives it down the ice. Going back to get it is Guy Lapointe. Lapointe. Pass up to Lemaire. Lemaire's pass at center offside to Connor.
Gary, you're right about Anderson. He did provide a little spark there. And Guy Lapointe, who was a victim on a goal last night, certainly came up big and helped Dryden out.
Watch this play again. Anderson throws it right out in front. He's got the holes one side. Dryden just falls in. It looked like he just got his blocker on it, and then Anderson shoots it wide. But in a case like that, Brian, you know, a chance to score, and they just can't capitalize when they get a good opportunity.
2-0 in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. 15 minutes, 34 seconds remaining in the second period. Canadians with Larry Robinson, long pass up at center. And the Canadians are sending their forwards up, trying to get behind the Leaf defense. Cleared along, knocked to the blue line, but not out. Dan Maloney tried to center it, and there's a pass off skate. Walt McKechnie's got it again, rolled it in front for Rocky Saginac, and it's cleared to the blue line, but not out. Quenville's shot, and that hit Maloney. Savard over to Connor, who backs it out to center ice. And Connor goes over and gets a new stick. Instead, he's replaced. And it's Rocky Saginac. Hit a skate. Now it's McKechnie with Saginac. Over the line. Shot. Look out, that's high.
That's two up in that area.
Tonight's Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
As a boy, I loved to fish. Now I own a fleet. With every catch, the company used to get tangled up with paperwork. Then I heard of AES word processing systems. Our productivity doubled without any complaints. In fact, they thanked me. Store work on diskettes. make revisions on the screen, type perfect copies at 540 words per minute. The money AES saves me this year could help buy another boat.
And there the rival coaches, Roger Nielsen and Scotty Bowman. The Leaf bench, and now we have the linesman ready to drop the puck, Matt Badley. Comes back to Salming the shot. That hit Jimmy Jones on the back of the ankle. And that has him hurting a little bit. Gila Point, then a pass up here for Risebrough. Is that there with Bob Gainey. Gainey after the puck. Salming went down. Here's right foot to Risebrough, and Risebrough elected to try and get around Burroughs, and he lost the puck. Pat Boutet, his pass stopped by Gainey. Gainey is bumped by Butler, but Gainey's got the puck right out in front. Goes back to Gila Point. Passed it out in front. Oh, and that shot was right off the post by Rick Chartrand. Gainey takes his man out. The puck goes over the boards into the crowd.
Salming getting up very slowly. He played 10 minutes, 37 seconds of that first period. Quite a battle with Chartrand going on in the corner.
You know, when you talk about how a goalpost can be your best friend, here comes the fourth one for the Canadians. Ed Harrison could have beat him there, but it was saved by the post.
And that's about the fourth, isn't it, Gary?
That's the fourth one, right?
13 minutes and 56 seconds as you see Paul Harrison there. And Salming apparently went into the boards. We have Jacques Lemaire with Von Lambert and Guy Lafleur. John Anderson, who's been very effective. There's puck coming out in front, though, and Harrison had to go down and cover up. Lemaire, Lafleur, and Lambert. Robinson and Savard. Jacques Lemaire. Knocked the puck. Trimble tipped it for Hutchison. Hutchison wasn't sure, but he got it around to John Anderson. The puck intercepted by Lambert. A shot in front. And Lemaire just tried to hook it in as the Leafs have difficulty. Now they get it out. Darryl Sittler up at center. Over the line to Lanny McDonald. McDonald a shot. And Dryden handled that with his glove. Robinson. A quick pass up at center. Over it comes to Lambert. Lambert takes his shot, and that goes high up into the crowd.
Now the Canadians are still using that breakout pass. That time, as soon as Robinson got a hold of the puck, both Lambert and Lafleur were heading for center ice, and that quick pass, and they're gone. You know, when you're up 2-0, you can take those chances.
Changed by the Leafs now as they send out Gardner, Saginac, and Williams, and Salming is coming back out again.
Well, there's a new station in Clough Lake, Saskatchewan, watching hockey on television tonight near Lake Athabasca. 400 residents in a mining area up there have never seen a game until this season. So, hello up there, Clough Lake.
Jacques Lemaire, Gardner, and now Burroughs finally comes up with the puck. Burroughs back of the net. Gets it up on the wing for Saginac. Robinson stopped him. Finally, it's Burroughs flipping it into the crowd.
Well, Larry Robinson was talking before the game. He said you can't single out any one Leaf as a creator of problems in the Montreal zone.
You can't go into the playoffs and, you know, expect to get the, you know, just one person to give you hard trouble. It's a team game, and so everybody gives you problems. You just have to work hard and try to overcome it.
He's given the Leafs a lot of problems in this series. What a great defenseman, Larry Robinson.
I was going to say the whole Montreal team tonight, they are just forechecking so well, frustrating the Leafs at every turn. And you know, you keep saying we got to get back in this, get a goal, but when a red sweater is all over you every time you touch the puck, it's very difficult to generate any offense.
Sittler was telling me once that going in against Dryden is difficult too. You don't seem to see any room. He's so big in that net. He does leave the odd rebound in front, but not much else.
Puck is cleared to center ice. Stopped there by Guy Lapointe. A long shot Bounces into the corner. Canadians change immediately after the puck was shot in. It's cleared back for Burroughs. Out there is Riesrau, Bobgany, and Rick Chartreux. Now then Salming coming up through center. Gets it over on the left wing. Here's the drive, and Dryden stopped that. Great in front, Anderson. Lanny McDonald bounced one off the post. Riesrau knocked it over the line. Salming shoots it back out for Sittler. Over to Lanny McDonald. Over the line. Tried to roll it through, and Guy Lapointe just flips it out and down the ice. So the Leafs finally get one off the post. Lanny McDonald cleared down the ice. That's going to be icing. This is Stanley Cup 79 from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Well, it's high time I was breaking away, 'cause it's my time. Gonna have it my way. Gonna grab my friends and head out to dance. We're gonna raise our glass to the good times. Molson Canadian. Molson Canadian. Raise a glass of Canadian. Raise a glass to the good times.
Well, we're keeping track of an unusual statistic tonight. Number of goalposts hit. 4 for Montreal, now 1 for the Leafs here, Gary.
Right, Brian, and you think after a game the goaltenders don't remember the ones that hit the post? You betcha they do.
12 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. Montreal leading 2-0. Gardner with Saganak and Williams. Puck taken by Ian Turnbull. Lost here. The Canadians in front. A backhand. Another shot. They score!
Well, you can't keep coughing up that puck in your own zone with the Canadians standing around, and they just capitalize on a mistake.
Well, that came right off the face-off, Mondu, and again, the team spirit of the Canadians evident as Turnbull had trouble getting the puck out. Here it is. The first shot is a rebound off the glove of Harrison. He just couldn't hold on. There's the puck slipped in behind him.
Assist number 30.
It's just good checking here, taking the man, getting in front of him. Second man going for the puck.
From Pat Hughes.
And then getting the rebound, slipping it home. But it takes all 3 guys on the line to do the job.
There's Pat Hughes with it again. Back to Savard. And it comes over to Larry Robinson. Up for number 20, Cam Connor. It's over the line again. Hughes took a shot, and that was wide. Puck grabbed off by McKechnie. McKechnie in the corner. Comes out in front of his own net. Mondu watching him. Shot up over the blue line, but Robinson was there. Now then, Dan Maloney. He's stopped by Connor, and it goes back to Larry Robinson. Robinson straight down center. There's his shot, and he blasted one wide of the net. McKechnie. Now coming out with a long pass. Maloney couldn't control it. And it's Serge Savard, back of the net, into the corner. Off the boards to Yvon Lambert. Lambert knocks it down the ice. Salming goes back for it. Comes around on the boards to Dan Maloney to Walt McKechnie, and it's hit a skate as the Canadians are all over the Maple Leafs at this stage in the game. They covering their checks. The puck goes in. After it goes Lafleur and Salming. Salming trying to get away from Lafleur. Down he goes. It's cleared out and then down the ice. Maloney goes after it. Dryden lets it go. And into the board. It's touched by Lambert, and that is icing called against the Maple Leafs.
Gary, let's go back to that goal for a minute. If the Leafs have been able to score and make it a 2-1 game, then it's a new hockey game, because then they get some zip and some zest and some things going. But when they get down by 3, it's really hard to dig deep for that extra push you need.
Well, look at there, you have 2 Canadians in front of the net, defense out of position, and there's just so much Harrison can do. But it's very frustrating when somebody's on you all the time, to again generate any kind of offense. And the further you get behind, the harder it is, especially with Montreal, because they just keep right on going, and they can smell victory.
Lambert against Pat Boutet. It goes back to Ian Turnbull. Turnbull back of the net. Turnbull then gives it on the wing to Hutchison. Hutchison with a pass for Jerry Butler. Goes around back of the Canadian goal. He rolls it up for Lafleur. Off his skate to Lemaire. Lemaire going down over on the right side. Lambert trying to catch him. He's shot by Lemaire. And that was tapped by Harrison. Comes back to Lapointe. Lapointe, another shot. Harrison just saw it at the last second. Turnbull gets it up to Pat Boutette. Pat Boutette to Jimmy Jones. And it's offside, Jerry Butler.
Jimmy Jones took one off the back of the leg earlier in the game, and those really sting. There's really not too much protection back there, Gary, is there, in the shin pad, although they've made them a lot better nowadays than they used to.
Well, there's a little bit of felt padding, but mainly it's just sock. That's why, you know, make sure you face the shooter at all times. But when your own man hits you, it's tough to take.
Up the ice now comes Engblom. Engblom knocked it into the corner. He comes up after it. The puck is loose. They kind of kick at it. They saw him, he gets his skate on it. The play is called.
You have to wonder, is this man coaching his last game behind the bench of the Toronto Maple Leafs? Time will tell. 9:37 to play. Speaking of time in this second period.
Well, you know, when you're playing a team like Montreal with all the firepower that they have and the way they can skate, it's a tough task anytime you play against them. I remember when they beat us out 4 straight. You know, the games are close, but the bottom line is we lost.
Bob Gainey flips it over. One right in front of the net for Mondoon. Gainey right for the score. Pat Hughes.
This line, Miss Pat Hughes, really playing a standout game for Montreal tonight. They're ahead by 4 now. The game turning into a bit of a rout as Montreal clicks twice here in this second period.
Well, Brian, here's a good example of what you can do when you throw that puck around. The puck just moves faster than you can skate with it. And just a great give and go and open net. Nice to watch. But the Canadians, they have a habit of getting in good position and making their chances count.
That's his first career playoff goal. Pat Hughes making it 4-0. Montreal in front of Toronto.
Gary, I think Bob Gainey has played a stupendous game.
The whole series, though.
That's right. So we have Boreas Salming now with the puck, getting it over to Burrows, up for John Anderson. Anderson coming out of the Canadian line by the center to get to Sittler. Sittler couldn't get a shot. Sittler's got it again. Delaney McDonald was shot wide. Rick Shitrov over behind the net, around for Boreas Salming, kept it in. Now it goes to Larry Robinson. He's jammed by Anderson. Robinson then comes up with it, and he shot it down the ice for Dougie Risebrough, but it's going to be touched by Burrows. Icing is the call. With the score, Montreal 4 and Toronto nothing. This is Stanley Cup 79.
Before you buy any small car, compare Pinto's price. The Pinto two-door sedan is $200 less than Honda Civic, $500 less than Datsun 210, $800 less than Toyota Corolla, and $1,400 less than VW Rabbit. All price comparisons based on manufacturer's suggested retail prices, transportation and handling charges extra. Ford Pinto. It may be the best small car value in Canada.
There's the crowd at the Gardens, part of it anyway. They came expecting to see similar excitement to that we witnessed here last night. So far, it hasn't been quite the same.
Darryl Sittler gets the puck back to Quenneville. Quenneville over to Turnbull. Here comes the shot. Dryden goes down and covers up.
See, there's a situation right there, Brian, where one of the Leafs, you know, should try to get himself in front of the net. He had plenty of time because it went from Quenneville over to Turnbull. You know, that takes about 6 or 7 seconds, so it's important that one of the forwards, you know, during that period of time, get himself in front of the net.
But they never had to tell you that. I know that.
Well, thank you.
Your favorite position.
I didn't know any better.
He made it easy on play-by-play because we knew where he's going to be at all times, right in front of the net. The puck comes over to Bob Gainey. Gainey gets it over on the wing to Savard, over back to Larry Robinson, and Robinson heads out with a pass out over the blue line. Sittler's got it though, and Sittler's pass to Turnbull. Ian Turnbull takes his shot. Biden played that carelessly and just went wide of the open side of the net. Savard gets a pass up for Bob Gainey. Bob Gainey. Robinson flies to center, goes over the line, drops it on the wing. Back it comes to Risebrough. There's his shot. That's wide. Robinson knocked it into the corner. Chartraw was covered, and Ronnie Ellis has the puck. His pass for Anderson, broken up. Here's Chartraw, clearing it over to Gainey. Gainey shot it around on the boards to Lemaire. Lemaire shot it out in front, and it comes over to Ellis. Ellis' pass for Sittler. Sittler got by Gainey this time over the line. Goes in behind the net, tries to center it, and it deflects over the glass into the crowd.
Just no room there for Sittler. Next Saturday on Sports Weekend, there's coverage of the FA Cup semi-final games between Manchester United and Liverpool, then Arsenal and Wolverhampton. Watch Sports Weekend Saturdays on CBC television.
Seven minutes and 34 seconds remain in the second period. 4-0, Montreal leading. Puck grabbed off by the Canadians again. Coming up is Engblom. He shoots the puck in. Guy Lafleur is out there with Lemaire and Lambert. They get a face-off. Time to play, 7:22. Walt McKechnie lost the draw. Lafleur passed it outside the blue line, and Engblom had to go back. Now it's up for Lambert. Tipped it into the corner, and Boreas Salming shoots it around on the boards for Maloney. Maloney out to McKechnie. Walt McKechnie shoots it in. Ellis goes after it. Engblom left it there, and Guy Lapointe just shoots it into the crowd.
You know, the Canadian defense never put themselves in an awkward position. You know, you never see them making those rink-wide passes in their own zone. When they're in trouble, just dump it out or along the boards, but never where somebody can intercept it. Why beat yourself? I guess that goes with experience, doesn't it? Coaching.
Engblom gets it ahead to Guy Lafleur. Lafleur coming up to center ice with Lemaire. Lafleur is over the line. Falls, and Dan Maloney, his pass to McKechnie for Ellis, and that was behind him. It's wrapped out by the Canadians and down the ice inside Leaf territory with 6:36 remaining in the second period. Here's McKechnie shooting the puck over the line, and back there is Guy Lapointe. The point for Lambert, and that's going to go the length of the ice, and that'll be icing as soon as it's touched by Hutchison. This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
The professional ones. Ever-ready alkaline power cells. Used by Boris Spremo, top news photographer and winner of 150 Canadian and international awards. Boris only gets one chance to capture award-quality pictures like these, so his professional equipment always includes ever-ready alkaline power cells. Long-lasting, reliable.
They're really professional. I proved that on thousands of assignments.
Ever-ready alkaline power cells. The professional ones.
Well, there you see the two coaches, Roger Nielsen and Scotty Bowman. Looking at the faces, you wouldn't know who was ahead. But Montreal is 4-0. 6 minutes and 19 seconds and counting. A shot off Anderson, goes over to the far wing, and back to Hutchison. Right. Puck hits the side of the net. Savard up for Connor. Chops it out. Here's a chance for Risebrough. Going over the line with Pat Hughes. Pat Hughes' pass comes to the other side. Robinson couldn't keep it in. And Serge Savard gives it to Robinson. Over to Doug Risebrough. And he shoots it over the line. A shot back out again. Now then Robinson. Over the line. Robinson getting set it through at the Canadian player. Rick Chartraw couldn't get a handle on the puck. Now it's Sittler. He was checked. Savard to Robinson. Over to Risebrow. Risebrow just flips it in. That's going over the red line. It'll be touched, and we have another face-off for icing.
The Leafs have gone 19 games without a victory over Montreal dating back to November 17th, 1976. And again, for late tuners in, Mike Palmateer was taken to hospital today. Had a minor operation on his arm to relieve some pressure in there on the muscle. He was in great pain last night during the latter stages of this hockey game.
Yes, it's a wonder he was able to continue when you figure he was hurt in the second period and they had to go into the second overtime.
Now I know why Scotty stays so cool all the time. He keeps chewing on ice all night.
Thought he had a swollen jaw.
Puck goes to Larry Robinson. Brings back to the blue line. Hutchison kept it in with a shot.
Little delayed reaction there, but it went in.
Rocky Saganuk, I believe, tipped it in.
The whistle would have gone in another second, so they scored just in time. It's 4-1 now. The Leafs finally get one past Dryden here in this hockey game.
Well, Hutch just lays it out in front of the net. Leafs had two men right in front. They keep whacking at it, and Saganuk knocks it in the net. And one good thing about it, Myers was in great position. You know, he was on that side of the net.
Hutchison and Gardner will probably draw assists. I think it was Gardner's deflection that steered the puck into Dryden.
Saganuk. Assist number 23, Dave Hutchison, and number 18, Paul Gardner. Time 14:46. Rocky Saganuk from Dave Hutchison and Paul Gardner. Time 14:46.
That makes it a 4-1 hockey game as it's back in Canadian territory. Around on the boards. It comes, and Lambert trying to get it loose. Gardner fights for it. Gardner comes up with it. Shoots the puck into the corner. And it's Guy Lafleur flipping it up into the crowd as he tried to get away from Tiger Williams.
Well, the Leafs are still working. You know, you have to give them credit there. Each guy is working as hard as he can.
Well, Gary, if they could get another one here before this period comes to an end, it would really give them a little zip.
Make it very interesting, Brian.
The puck in the face-off circle comes back to Burrows. A shot in front. Gardner was knocked down. And there's going to be a cross-checking penalty handed out. And coming off the ice is Brian Engblom. Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
What's the great name in sports? For over 100 years, the name Spalding has been found wherever great athletes meet to test their skills. When you want sports equipment that lets you be your best, choose Spalding, the great name in sports.
First penalty of this second period goes to Brian Engblom for cross-checking at 15:22. Let's see if we can catch it.
Well, Engblom was clearing the front of the net, and I guess they could have called that interference. Cross-checking. Great opportunity.
Corey Salving with the puck, gets it over to Ian Turnbull. Leafs for the man advantage. Kalani McDonald. And that one seemed to hit Pat Boutet. Another shot, Fittler's shot. And that one was stopped from point-blank range. Boy, the Leafs are now putting on the pressure.
You know, it was Boutet, I think, who got in front of that first shot. May have given a little bit of an assist to Dryden on the play as Scotty Bowman looks on.
This is the first time tonight, Brian, where the Leafs had put a little pressure on them, you know, where they had 2 or 3 good chances to put one by Dryden. You know,
crowd senses it, too. Take a look at it again. There's Boutet getting all tangled up with Dryden. Here's the second try by Sittler.
Robinson stopped the last one.
All set to go as Lemaire is out there. Lanny McDonald passing it to Boutet. It comes to Sir Savard, and Savard cleared it to the line, but not out. Turnbull kept it in. Knocking it to Pat Boutet to Lanny McDonald. Lanny McDonald back to Turnbull. There's his shot, high and wide. keep the puck in. Finally, it's Serge Savard rolling it out, and Lemaire missed it. Ian Turnbull comes back over the line to Sittler. Darryl Sittler from the side, rolling right in front, and Pat the tip. It's good.
Here's the second one they were looking for on the power play. Sittler, who missed moments earlier when Robinson blocked his shot, got it upstairs on Dryden, and now it's 4-2, and things are really getting heated up here.
All right, don't go away. We've got something going here. Good individual effort here. On the power play, Sittler picks up that loose puck, beats Dryden high. He didn't even see it.
Ted had a chance. That was blocked. Sittler got the rebound and put it upstairs.
I don't know how that ever got through that opening, but the Leafs are back into it, and now you look at a key situation where that next goal.
It's the 5th goal of the playoffs for Sittler and his 3rd against Montreal. We have time to look at it again. Maybe we'll see it from this angle a little more clearly. There's Savard. He can't corral it. Through traffic behind Dryden.
Now we have a 4-2 hockey game with 3:54 remaining in the second period.
Crowd even has come alive now.
Oh, boy.
Now it's Ski Point. Long pass up for Lambert. Lambert knocks it over the line. Hutchison goes down. Puck comes loose to Sittler. Sittler is checked. Lambert goes after it. Harrison cleared it into the corner. Pat Hughes is there. And then John Anderson took it away from him. Up to Lanny McDonald for Darryl Sittler. And it goes to Lanny McDonald, who gets it back to Hutchison. Over onto the... cleared by Robinson. Then Risebrough is watched by Anderson. He's checked. And the puck comes out. Dave Hutchison has it at center. Trying to get it over the line. And it's called offside at the blue line.
Let's go downstairs now to Dave Hodge.
In our second intermission, a film profile of Walter McKechnie of the Leafs. Gary Dornhofer and Bob Golden will talk about a subject that they're very familiar with, playing in the so-called trenches in front of the net. And Howie Meeker will have highlights of the second period.
I look forward to that profile on Walt McKechnie, who's really been a standout for the Leafs this year. And of course, I'm always interested in what you're going to say to Bob Golden, Gary.
Well, you're going to get the view of what I try to do or what a player does in front of the net, and then what a defenseman tries to do to get him out of there. So Bob should have some interesting comments.
Goes back to Dave Burrows. Burrows clears the puck in, and the point. Steering it around the other side and went over Ellis' stick. Cleared by Lemaire, trying to hit Lafleur. Now Lapointe up to Lafleur. Lafleur takes his shot, and Harrison stopped that. McKechnie gets it back to Salmon. Salmon shot it off the boards, but not out. Lemaire drove it back in again, and Burrows makes sure to Maloney. Maloney to McKechnie. Over the line with Ellis. Tried to steer it through. Burrows knocked it the rest of the way. Windblown gets it around and down the ice, and Boria Salmon will have to go back and get it. We have 2:25 to go in the second period. 4-2, Montreal leading. Pass to Dan Maloney, goes back to Salmon. Stopped in by Mondu, a shot. Harrison stopped that. Lafleur goes after Burrows, but Burrows pulls away from him. Up at center. And that's Lemaire trying to cover Ellis. McKechnie's pass over to Burrows. Burrows drives it to the line, and the Canadians just shoot it out. Going after it was Risebrough. Now over the line for Lemaire. He took a shot off Salmon. Back for Boria Salmon. His long pass going down the ice. Risebrough gets it up, and a pass ahead to Risebrough. Risebrough still with the puck. Gets it over the line, and his pass was too far for Chartrand. Williams down the left wing. And Geeney to Savard, to Larry Robinson. Off the boards and out to center ice. Quenville. And brings it back over the line. Chartrand had him covered, but it's cleared to Gardner. And one wide. Puck ends up behind the net. Into the corner for Paul Gardner again. And he gets it out in front. 3 Canadians break away. Up at center ice. Over the line. Pass to Risebrown. Risebrown is knocked down. Chartraw's got the puck. Chartraw pass over the backhand, and that's way wide of the net. After to Chartraw. Williams had him covered. Now then Turnbull. Clears it around on the boards for Saginaw. Rocky Saginaw with 43 seconds. Trying to get away at center. He does, over the line. Takes the shot, and he drove it wide. The rebound goes all the way to center ice. 33 seconds left. The puck goes in high, caught by Dryden. Off the boards, Pat Hughes knocks it out. Cleared over to Quenville. Quenville lost it, and Quenville knocked down Bob Genie as Burroughs shoots the puck over for Anderson. Pass to Gardner, and it's offside. Back inside the Leaf blue line.
That was definitely offside. The Canadians were complaining about an offside play last night, or one they thought was offside that paid off in a Toronto goal. Now we're down to 13 seconds, and this period started tamely enough, but we've had quite a finish now as the Leafs clicked for 2 goals. First Saginaw and then Sittler on the power play. So it's 4-2 now. Montreal in front, 13 seconds to play, second period.
Darryl Sittler with Lanny McDonald and John Anderson. Gets it back to Burroughs. Burroughs had it hit a stick. Now it comes out to center ice. Engblom, the wrong shot. Harrison stops that. Goes over to Anderson. Anderson gets rid of it. And there goes the bell to end the second period. And the two teams are getting set now to leave the ice. And so the score at the end of the second period is Montreal 4, Toronto 2.
Back in 1832, Halifax was a growing seaport, trading lumber and fish in the markets of the Caribbean and Great Britain. That was the year a handful of merchants formed Halifax's first public bank, the Bank of Nova Scotia. They believed that making an investment in hard-working people was a good investment. They weren't wrong. 50 years later, Scotiabank opened a Winnipeg office and helped the Western farmer harvest another kind of sea, a sea of wheat. In the late 1950s, banks weren't in the business of promoting small personal loans. Scotiabank made it their business and started giving credit where credit was due. Investing in hard-working people with imagination. It was a good idea back in 1832, and it's a good idea today.
Scotiabank, just around the corner, right around the world. Scotiabank, just around the corner, right around the world. Scotiabank.
Smart man, Larry. When he got to be a family man, he decided to go first class in his choice of tires and picked the one and only Michelin. Liked Michelin quality so much, put a set on his truck. And even on his 10-speed. The one and only Michelin.
It's the only tire I'd own.
Michelin.
Canadians 4 and the Leafs 2 at the end of 2 periods. For the first half of this hockey game, we watched a Montreal clinic, pure and simple. Pierre Mondeau and Pat Hughes took turns setting each other up for the third and fourth Montreal goals, but then the Leafs took heart from their first goal by Rocky Saginaw, got a power play when Engblom took a penalty, and Darryl Sittler scored his 5th playoff goal of this season. The Leafs have a chance now, trailing by 2 at the end of 2 periods. Now a film profile of Walter McKechnie.
Well, you have to appreciate just being in the league, and I really appreciate being around the National Hockey League for my 12 years. And when I started out, I thought 10 would be great, and I put in 12, and I hope to play a few more. Only been a couple times where I was really down, where I felt maybe like quitting, like last year. I could have packed it in, but I stuck with it, and the greatest thing ever happened to me was coming to Toronto, and I'm sure enjoying it here.
Ah, yes, every hockey player enjoys scoring goals, and on that one we just saw, Walt combined effectively with Ian Turnbull. These two often get together for lunch also, at Grapes, Ian's restaurant near Maple Leaf Gardens, and a favorite gathering place for many of the Leafs after practice.
But I heard some of the guys saying that maybe this Thursday we're having a meeting on getting it organized, the baseball this summer.
Mm-hmm. The Molson's people are talking about home and home with the Montreal Canadiens this year. One here at Exhibition Stadium and probably one back at the Olympic Stadium. It should be a good draw for charities, you know. It'd be great. I think we'll probably play 5 or 6 games this year. Hopefully go back to London this year. It's we had a good draw there last year. Yeah, it worked out really well last time.
Of course, London, Ontario is Walt's hometown, where among his interests he has a hardware store with his partner Jim Gregson.
I have quite a few ties here in London and made some good business connections, and I definitely will always make London my hometown. Jim and I have been friends for quite a few years, and we got into the hardware business through a friend of ours, Ernie Bruce, who was the director of sales of our supplier here in London. And we were looking for something to get into, and that's the reason we got into the hardware business.
Well, partner, I'll tell you, we got a big job to do. There's 150 of these gas barbecues in stock, and I'll tell you, we got to move them.
There's 20 potential buyers down there and the guys in the team, and hopefully I'll be able to sell a few of them to them.
This looks great for Daryl Sittler's backyard. I can see it right there, and super price, too.
I really enjoy just going out to the store and walking around in it. I don't do too much out there because I'm not really into serving the people, but I help out in the stock room and whatnot. Like I say, Jimmy Gregson, I'm more or less a silent partner in it. He oversees it. This is one of my real enjoyable times is when I come back here to London and I come down in my basement here and have a game of pool with some of my friends, reading by myself. Really enjoy it. Relaxes me. Takes my mind off hockey and whatnot.
On another day, our cameras caught Walt visiting Bloorview Children's Hospital School in suburban Toronto. And naturally, the kids enjoyed the opportunity of meeting face-to-face and talking person to person.
Yeah? You seem to know them all, eh?
Try, I've got a poster of all of this.
Is that right?
So I can remember what number you are.
11.
11? A little wheelchair hockey followed. And it's rather obvious that the Maple Leafs' big number 11 enjoys these hospital visits almost as much as the youngsters.
I'm kind of disappointed that I don't do more of it. That's one thing that bothers me, but our time is taken up with practicing and whatnot. 80 games in 180 days, we don't really get that much time. You come in here maybe having a few problems and whatnot. When you leave, you realize that your problems are awfully small. I get a great feeling of satisfaction just seeing the smiles on their face, and they really appreciate you coming in. Like a couple of them really get attached to you, and they just follow you around. And the energy they have and the desire they have is just fantastic.
Just about every NHL player can name one person as being most influential in his career, sometimes a coach, sometimes another player. And we wondered who played that role in Walt's hockey life.
Well, definitely my mother. When times were tough, when I was in Oakland last year, I'd talk about quitting or thought it was the end of the world, and she kept encouraging me on and telling me that problems were very small and things would get better, and they sure did.
Walt McKechnie, who has played well in this, his first season as a Toronto Maple Leaf. Perhaps his days of traveling from team to team are over.
McKechnie was one of many players who last night did not break into the 3 stars, but who certainly played a superb game. Gary and Bob in the trenches, as we call it, as Stanley Cup 79 continues in just a moment.
You're seeing some real tough truck pounding. At Ford's Arizona Proving Grounds, we put test pickups over a really tough durability course. Bone-jarring bumps, mud bogs, salt baths, frame twists, uphill beatings, steel-edged potholes, and Ford pickups are built tough to take it. In fact, Ford trucks get over 2.5 million test miles each year. Tough Ford trucks. At your Ford and Mercury dealers now.
There is a quartz watch you can trust.
Yeah?
It has electronic quartz accuracy.
Quartz? That's advanced.
Plus, Bulova Accutron dependability.
Bulova Accutron. Now that's dependable.
Introducing the new Bulova Accutron quartz.
Ah.
Beautiful and slim. Unbeatably accurate.
Oh?
And virtually maintenance-free.
I like it. I feel I can trust it.
We hoped you would.
Now who knows what you might find. Looking for good times.
Okay, at the end of the second period, the score, Montreal 4, Toronto Maple Leafs 2. Bob, I'm going to give you a chance to retaliate after I let everybody know what I try to do in front of that net and how important it is. And first of all, anytime we're in the offensive zone and the puck is back at our point man, anytime a shot is directed at the net, I'm going to try and position myself in front of the net. And what I do is I'm always facing the shooter, because you know how those defensemen fire that puck up around your nose. So I'm trying to get position, so trying to screen the goalie and also trying to deflect it. How are you going to react to a situation like that?
I got to go back, Gary, and one of the many things I learned from Half Day, probably the most important thing I think he taught me, was the fact that you never turn your back on the puck. You're in behind me and you're going to screen a goalkeeper. I want to be between you and the puck. I don't care where it is, but I want to keep my eye on the puck. In other words, when that shot comes in, I'm not concerned about the fact you're in behind me. I'm concerned about I'm going to try to block that shot and not let it get through.
In other words, you're going to let me stand there? You're not going to move me out of there?
Well, hey, I'm going to move you. And you get a guy like Robinson or yourself or Dan Maloney, it's like trying to move a tree. All you're trying to do, take a look at this now. Salming's playing perfectly, and Burroughs, both of them watching the puck. And he's really not creating that much of a screen up until right now. He screened it, and obviously somebody didn't block the puck.
All right, so wouldn't it be better for a defenseman to move out Robinson when the shot is being directed at the net to give Paul Machir a chance to see it?
That's one train of thought. Personally, I felt that trying to move the guy out of there, I was tying myself up. And if you're smart in there, that's what you're trying to do, tie up that defenseman as well as screen the goalkeeper. So I don't want to get tied up. I want to be able to move if there is a loose puck.
Right. All right, we have another one. Let's see Lambert's work in front of the net.
Well, he's a little tougher because, you know, he gets a little physical. Of course, he got a pretty good shot there from Palmetier. But see, both the defensemen, until right then, your defenseman on the left screen, they're following the puck well. And like I say, this is what a defenseman should try to do. You know, don't get yourself tied up in there by the guy that's putting up the screen.
Right. The Islanders, I think they probably do it the best. They play in front of the screening man and block a lot of shots. And the only chance that you got is if it goes through, a chance to deflect it.
Well, you know, so many times when a defenseman doesn't take advantage of the fact, use the hands. You know, you can knock down those high shots with your hand. You can take them in the chest. I think the big thing is don't get yourself out of the play, and you can do that in two ways, by not making the block or committing yourself and getting tied up by the guy on the screen.
You know, one other point, Bob, I always enjoyed when a defenseman would take me out, because what I would try to do is fall into the goalie. So now I've eliminated two of you.
Now you get three guys all in a bundle and probably an open net.
Okay, very good. Enjoyed that. All right. We'll return with the Stanley Cup playoffs in just one moment.
Ryder rents trucks, all kinds of trucks. And Ryder does everything possible to make sure the wipers work, the headlights work, the brakes and steering and transmissions have been checked out. So practically nothing can stop a Ryder truck. Because when you rent trucks, you don't want them to give you problems. You want them to solve your problems. Ryder, the best truck money can rent.
Water power. For nearly 100 years, Canadian General Electric has been helping turn this natural resource into electricity, bringing progress to Canadians. Today, CGE is Canada's leader in high-voltage technology, which transmits that power more efficiently than ever before to industries like this giant steel mill, where it's put to work, helping provide products and jobs for Canadians. Progress for people from Canadian General Electric.
At Mutual Life, most of us learn about being a parent the same way you do, firsthand. So we understand your hopes for tomorrow, because we share them. And when you go to buy life insurance for yourself, we know who you're really thinking of, because we know what you know.
Life is a mutual affair.
Hey, Howie, two ways to look at the game. The great plays that the Canadians have made, and perhaps they've gone to that Vezina Trophy game a little bit too early again.
Yeah, but the whole key is how you perform the skills. Puck control is also important. You can't give Montreal the puck. On Robinson's goal, the Leafs shot it in. 15 seconds later, it was in their net. And particularly when you're handling the puck and getting rid of it, you have to complete the pass. If you give it to the Canadians by a poor pass, hey, you're really in trouble. Watch this. Turnbull has the puck and tries to make a pass to Ellis or Sittler, either one. The pass isn't completed. Now, there, Leafs gave it to the Canadians. Just watch what happens. There's one pass. This one isn't too good. It's in the skates. But from here on in, it is just beautiful. They handle the puck, pass it so well and so hard. Now watch this, and Mondu goes in home free. Isn't that beautiful? The way that they pass the puck and the speed of the passes and how well they receive it. There's a scoring chance. It didn't go in. Leafs have the puck again, behind the net, coming out of their own end. A simple 30-foot pass to Williams along top of your screen, and if that's completed, the Leafs are not in trouble. Watch here. One pass, a nice little drop pass, look at through the middle. Chartrand, pretty good scoring position. The Sittler goal. Hey, Canadians could be tired, and Dryden could be tired too. He goes down early on the Boutet shot. Leaves his feet, and notice 4 Montreal Canadian defenders are back there. Canadians play the puck, not the man, and Sittler finally gets it upstairs. The only place you're going to beat that Dryden. The key is throw it high on Dryden and keep that puck going at the net.
Howie, the Leafs should come out with some fire beneath them in this period, and I expect the Canadians to try pretty hard early to get the 5th goal so they can relax just a little bit again. We'll see live from Toronto's Maple Leaf Gardens, Stanley Cup 79.
Let's hear it for weekends. You can do what you want to do then. Hey, are you breaking away this weekend? Hey, breaking away for the good times. Hey, breaking away for the good times. Hey, are you breaking away this weekend? Then raise a glass